Housewives of motherfucking Atlanta. Y'all know how we do round up and through here. It is Monday, and I am shooting this motherfucker Monday afternoon, so I'm hoping to get this motherfucker up by Monday evening, if not early morning on Tuesday. Y'all know I typically wait till the latter portion of the week to get them done, because that's usually about the time I can finally see the show. However, y'all have been requesting these a little bit earlier, so your girl is trying to, fulfill that request. So, y'all already know how we do round up and through her. Your girl watches the show and then recaps it as I watch it. So, I haven't seen the preview. I have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen in this episode. So, y'all know we gonna go toe to toe, and that's how we flow. Hey! Okay, let's get this shit started. First up, we got Kenya's ass, right? And now y'all know, if they start off the episode with Kenya, y'all know there's gonna be some bullshit in the damn episode. So she's going into Miss Lawrence's, salon or whatever, and runs into Marlo, okay? Now y'all know, Marlo hadn't been on for a minute and a half. In fact, she didn't go to the pillow talk shit, which, now that I think about it, I'm surprised that she didn't get a motherfucking invite since everybody else and their mama was up in that motherfucker. Chuck's old bitch ass, Natalie or whatever the fuck. Why didn't Marlo get a motherfucking invite? I think that shit would have been hella interesting with her there. But Kenya comes in. Of course, she's like, hey, boo, hey, girl. And they shoot the shit about the fact, there was a whole bunch of bullshit that went on at the little pillow talk session or whatever, and how Kenya done fell out with Nene and they haven't talked in a minute or whatever. Marlo, I guess, and I didn't know this part because I only saw a few episodes of Nene's show about the wedding or whatever, but I guess at one point Marlo had fallen out with Nene too. And it was for a short period of time, but they didn't speak for a month because I guess she was getting on Nene's nerves for whatever the fuck reason. Y'all know Marlo's extra too, okay? So, I guess she was talking to Kenya about how she's fallen out with Nene in the past or whatever, and how she looks up to her because she's older, which I didn't know that shit. I thought Marlo was older than Nene, although, or at least close in age. I don't know. I don't know how old Marlo's ass is, okay? However, her convict ass was talking to Kenya about how she's fallen out with Nene a couple of times, and eventually, they kind of do whatever they do, right? So Kenya talking about the fact that she's finna have a little masquerade ball, and she's gonna have a little masquerade ball to benefit a charity, right? So I'm sitting here, I had to rewind this part a couple of times. So she's finna have, a masquerade ball, then she's finna have some kind of bachelor auction as part of that masquerade ball, and then that masquerade ball is gonna benefit Nene's favorite charity. And I had to rewind that shit 2 or 3 times. So I really wanted to make sure her ass was talking about how she gonna give all of the money to Nene's favorite charity. And y'all know Kenya's ass is all kinds of extra when she trying to go out her way to kill that bitch with kindness, talking about she gonna do this shit for Nene's favorite charity. Okay, Marlo asked, did you invite everyone, including Nene? She said, I sent out an evite, and everybody done opened the evite. Y'all know evite, you can track to see who opens this shit. You can actually look and see when the motherfuckers open it. It says the date and all that shit. Now, I didn't know motherfuckers use evite no more. So, that's gonna be interesting too. But supposedly, everybody opened their evite from Kenya's ass. And so, supposedly, she's expecting that everybody's supposed to show the fuck up. So, we gonna see how that shit goes. Next up, now we're at the candy factory, okay? Y'all know I love me some candy. So, we go to the candy factory, and they're doing open auditions, okay? For one of the roles, it was her sister in the play, or whatever the fuck. And, they're auditioning a couple of people. And, of course, Don Juan's old bitch ass is Negative Nelly. Like, that's the one motherfucker I can't stand in this damn show. There's a lot of motherfuckers I can't stand. But that motherfucker is probably the most Negative Nelly I have ever seen in my entire life. That motherfucker got something negative to say about every motherfucking body. But Portia's time comes up, and this motherfucker gonna be like,
from the last time I saw her voice ain't that good.
I'm glad, Candy had Portia's back. Because supposedly, I guess, Portia actually did the damn play and did a decent job, okay? So Candy's ass is gonna be like,
look, after we hear her sing today, then we can have that conversation.
So Portia comes in, bless her heart, okay? So she's supposed to do a little acting. Her ass is supposed to do a little singing or whatever. And they're worried about her acting. I mean, in addition to her singing skills, but they ain't even seen her act yet or whatever. So she's gonna come on stage and be like,
do y'all remember when I used to come to your apartment? I was like a freshman.
That bitch was making up lines and all that shit. Now it's time for her to do her little singing or whatever, okay? So now she's gonna be like,
I'm gonna sing Eyes on a Sparrow. I sing because I'm happy, and I know he watches me.
I was like, shit, girl, Portia, you better sing that shit. And I'm also need Don Juan to go ahead and pick up his face off the floor. So we're over at Cynthia's spot, who's now offered her venue. We got Cynthia's sister, Mallory, who's there, okay? Cynthia's there. Kenya walks in. They finna have a little judging of bachelors for this whole bachelor auction she's finna have. Now, y'all know she's supposed to have 10 of them motherfuckers up in there to auction off for charity, right? So she comes in, hey, booze, and she all fake to Cynthia and all fake to Mallory's ass or whatever, and they get to sitting down, and next thing you know, Marlo's ass comes in. Marlo came up in that motherfucker because she gonna help them judge because Kenya done invited her to do so. You know Kenya's messy as fuck. So, they get to sitting down. Now, y'all know it was gonna be some motherfucking buffoonery with this motherfucking audition, but why come Kenya's ass, who sat there and told us that she done promoted this shit on every social network she's a part of, why the fuck they have 6 motherfuckers there? And not even 6 quality motherfuckers, like straight up whack ass motherfuckers. So Portia decides to have everyone do a little bit of roller derby, okay? She's thinking this is gonna smooth over some shit after the whole massage shit that done went on after the whole pillow talk situation, okay? So she decides to invite everybody to come roller skating or whatever. So we got Phaedra, okay, which I was shocked as fuck that she came up in that motherfucker. Candy, Portia, Cynthia, Kenya's ass came up in that motherfucker. And of course, conveniently so, Nene, of course, decides she ain't coming. She done text or talked to Cynthia, and Cynthia was like, oh, you coming? And she was like, have fun, bitch. So we already knew Nene wasn't gonna come and take her big ass and put them big ass on them damn skates. Let's just be real. So they over at the roller derby or whatever, and they're just shooting the shit. And it turns out Candy says that she goes ahead and picked out the people for the show. She done got the whole cast together. And so she announced to everybody that Portia was gonna be Jada. You know, the character of Jada, which is her sister on the play. So, of course, Portia's ass is excited as fuck, talking about some,
Woo! Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm Jade!
Candy was like,
I'ma need you to know what your character's name is.
bitch, your character name is Jada. Okay, so now everyone's roller skating or whatever. And, you know, of course, Candy's ass and Phaedra's ass decided to sit their asses down and not do a motherfucking thing, which I can't. I mean, I'd be like, Phaedra, you're the one who does the donkey booty DVDs or whatever the fuck. She's always half-ass lazy when it comes to working out or doing anything. And so Phaedra's talking about she done came back from court. And I'm like, bitch, you better skate like you been skating them motherfucking charges, nigga. So we move on to Candy. We over at her crib and she's doing the donkey booty DVD. And y'all see Phaedra trying to get her little dance on and shit. And Candy looking like a crazy woman trying to get her little dance on because y'all know she don't do shit when it comes to that stuff. But anyway, turns out Carmen was supposed to come over and do the workout with her. She comes in the workout clothes and shit talking about she ain't in the mood to do nothing or whatever. They go ahead and have a sit down because, you know, some shit done went down with Joyce. You know, we haven't heard from Mama Joyce in a minute and a half. So Carmen proceeds to tell her that some motherfucker named Benny or whatever, who's dating Crystal or whatever, who's friends with such and such shit. I don't know. I lost the shit. But the fact of the matter is, these motherfuckers are talking shit, okay? Talking about how supposedly done seen Carmen and Todd together somewhere. And it got to the point where now Carmen said she went ahead and called Chris and was like, keep my motherfucking name out your mouth in these streets, right? So Carmen is talking about how she done talked to her about that and how she got a voicemail from Mama Joyce. And the voicemail straight up was like, you better not think about doing shit to Crystal, because if not, she gonna drag her ass all up and through the streets. I was like, damn, mama. And Candy's ass is like,
I can't believe my mama did that.
I'm like, bitch, if you don't get your motherfucking mama in check. And it turns out that Carmen went on to say that supposedly Mama Joyce was trying to set up Todd so he could get caught up with some girls somewhere. What kind of goon, gangsta ass shit is that? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Candy's ass is still trying to justify whatever the fuck Mama Joyce is doing. So whatever, we move on. So we got Nene and Cynthia. They're sitting down in Cynthia's little office, and Cynthia goes on to ask Nene if she coming to the little masquerade ball that's been put together in her honor for her little charity or whatever the fuck. So turns out that Nene said she didn't get no invite, she didn't get no text, she didn't get no call, she didn't get nothing. She didn't know nothing about it until Marlo said some shit that supposedly this shit was in her honor or whatever. Y'all see how Marlo tried to, you know, be all up and through this shit. So Cynthia was like, well, are you coming? And Nene's like, bitch, when I talk to Kenya, I will come. But until then, my black ass is staying the fuck home. So we're gonna see whatever the fuck happens with that. So we outside in the courtyard with Todd, who's doing a little work. And Candy's ass comes out and they start to shoot the shit about whatever the fuck was going on with the play, about Portia, you know, the fact that she got cast in a role and her attorney came up with some demands and shit. Candy decided to go ahead and let Todd know what the fuck was going down with Carmen and the whole Mama Joyce situation and the whole Benny Crystal bullshit, right? And Todd was like, well, what the fuck did Carmen do? And she's like, well, Karma called Crystal and was like, what the fuck? Don't talk about me in the streets. And Todd was like, yes. And next thing you know, he was like, you need to call Carmen out here so we can talk about this shit. So Carmen comes the fuck out. Next thing you know, they sitting there having discussions. And Todd, of course, lets her know, like, dude, you letting your mama disrespect us all over the motherfucking place. And I lost respect for the bitch. Which by now, okay, I understand, you know, that's her mama. But at the end of the day, this motherfucker's trying to be hella messy. And look, she ain't got no damn respect for Todd. So how the fuck is he gonna have respect for her? And so she's sitting here as he's talking about how he don't have no respect for her, and she's like, what? Like, she's all upset about the shit. I'm like, bitch, you need to check your motherfucking mama. She's getting all messy in these motherfucking streets trying to pay motherfuckers to sit tied up and shit. I was like, you know what? There's gonna be a point in time where I hit a breaking point, which y'all know my black ass has been saying from the jump. Like, there's only so much of this shit that any man is gonna take, significant other or whatever the fuck. There's only so much of this bullshit they're gonna take because they're gonna have to deal with Mama Joyce for however long the relationship lasts, especially because she's so close to Mama Joyce. It's different if the bitch wasn't in their lives, but she all up under her mama's ass, so she gonna have to deal with this buffoonery with Mama Joyce forever. So it's like, dude, I ain't gonna be around, okay, if this bullshit continues to go on. I mean, there's only so much I can take of this shit. And Candy's all like,
what you trying to say? You gonna leave me?
Todd's like, look, bitch, there's only so much of this bullshit I'm gonna be able to take. I mean, I've been cool up until this point, but if you don't check your mama, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Shit. And hell, if you want to ever have a normal relationship with any motherfucking body, you don't have to be me. You ain't gonna be able to do this shit no way with Mama Joyce in the motherfucking picture. Then Candy gonna cry a whole bunch of tears and shit and be like,
that's the difference between a fiance and a friend. No matter how mama gets at me, she ain't never gonna leave me.
cry me a motherfucking river, Candy. You a grown ass woman. You sitting here still defending your motherfucking mama doing all this messy ass shit in the street. Bitch, check your motherfucking mama. So we over at Kenya's crib and she's getting her makeup done, getting prepped for the whole masquerade ball and shit, right? So, she getting her makeup done and she's really not sure for sure if Nene's finna come, but y'all know Kenya's messy as fuck, and the fact that an invite was sent to Nene ain't enough for Nene. She knows damn well Nene wouldn't have accepted just that shit. She would have wanted her to give her a call, text her some shit, kiss her ass, suck a dick, pop a titty in her mouth. Y'all know she should have done that shit before she even thought about thinking she was gonna come to this motherfucking masquerade ball in her honor or whatever the fuck. So she called Cynthia, and Cynthia was like, you talked to Nene? And Kenya's like, no, I have not, but she should be coming. I mean, this is all about her. And Cynthia was like, bitch, I've been talking to her all day, and this motherfucker ain't said not damn thing about the fact that she gonna show up to this masquerade shit. And then supposedly there's been a miscommunication because she don't feel like she was told a motherfucking thing about this shit. Next thing you know, Kenya pulls out her computer when she gets off the phone like, I see that she done opened my Evite. Like I said, who the fuck opens up Evites? I mean, for something like this ain't an evitable type of situation. I don't know if it was a sponsorship or some shit, but this is not an evitable situation, bitch. You gonna do something for somebody, you need to pick up the phone and call them. You know damn well this was just some messy ass shit to start some shit. But look, y'all know how I feel about Kenya. The only reason why half the shit done went on this damn show was because of Kenya's ass. Let's be real about that shit. She don't need Nene no more. I know she was trying to be Nene's little protege and shit, but Kenya's got her own little thing going, and I wouldn't be surprised if the bitch gets some kind of raise. Now, I heard some rumors down the pike that supposedly Nene's not supposed to be coming back or whatever the fuck, but we gonna talk about that shit later. So we're at the masquerade ball, right? So Marlo done sent a whole bunch of menses for the bachelor auction, but she, for some reason, don't show the fuck up. She can't make it, which I thought for sure, because everyone else couldn't make it, she was gonna make it that night, but it's whatever. So, Kenya comes in, she's trying to be all extra gracious to everybody, Mallory, Cynthia, everybody named Mama. And she's all, you know, walking around, trying to fake the funk and all that bullshit. And now Cynthia's like, I don't know where Nene is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she's coming. But we gonna see. And of course, Kenya still goes on with the program. Like, we hope to have a few words from Nene or whatever the fuck. Next thing you know, Nene walks in this motherfucker. Salty to the motherfucker. The bitch had stank written all over her damn face, okay? Walked in with Greg, all right? Comes in. Now Kenya gonna be all on the microphone talking about some.
The real reason I chose this charity is because a very good girlfriend of mine, it's very close to her heart.
Nene was like, bitch. Look, Nene's ass is better than me. My black ass wouldn't have gone up for shit. I'd have been like, no, I'm good. Thank you. Just to avoid having to have to throw any kind of shade in front of all them motherfuckers. Then Nene gonna grab the mic from Kenya's, and I mean grab the mic from Kenya's ass, and she's like,
It's amazing how many good friends that I have, and I don't know about the shit.
y'all, that bitch went up there, thanks saving our daughters, and kept it the fuck moving. Or at least that's what the editing made it look like, or whatever. So she walks up on the stage, and it was just like crickets in that motherfucker. So it's business as usual at the masquerade thing, okay? Kenya goes on and continues on with the bachelor auction. Meanwhile, Nene looking stank as fuck, Greg looking clueless, motherfuckers looking around like, what the fuck are we supposed to do, okay? And now, Nene's looking for Greg. Y'all know that's her boy, you know what I mean? And she's looking for Greg, and Greg come around the corner talking to Cynthia, talking about some, I ain't trying to be here no more. It's time to go, right? And Cynthia's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? She's trying to be supportive, whatever the fuck. But y'all know she's Nene's minion, so she just gonna do whatever the fuck Nene does. So when Nene was like, well, I'm finna go too, I'll take him home. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and take his ass home. They walking outside, and Peter sits there and talks about the fact that his ass isn't happy with the way that Nene conducted herself at this place. Like the fact that she went up there and had stank attitude when she had an opportunity to just pretty much act as if nothing was going down just to save face for the charity, right? So he starts talking about that to Cynthia, because she's like, why do you want to leave? And I guess Nene overheard the shit, walked up on Peter and was like, what the fuck is going on? If you're going to say some shit about me, you're going to talk about that to my face or whatever. So he's like, well, look, you know you could have done that shit better. I didn't agree with the fact that your ass went up there and tried to clown and say some stupid ass shit when you could have just completely just left it alone. It's about the charity. It's not even about whatever fucking beef you have with Kenya, which I completely agree with. I mean, Nene is a grown ass woman. She didn't have to go up there and act a damn fool. She could have completely just said, you know what? I don't want to go up there. I'm good. I'm a pass. I'm gonna let Kenya have her little time, let her fall on her motherfucking face, and kept it moving. But y'all know Nene ain't working right now. She ain't doing no sitcoms and shit. So she's like, fuck it, YOLO nigga, okay? So Peter was like, look, I don't agree with none of that shit, and I'm finna bounce. Of course, Nene's all up in his face talking about something. What the fuck did you expect me to do? I didn't know about this motherfucking shit. She didn't say shit to me. Peter was like, either way, you should have conducted yourself more professionally. And look, that's pretty much how this motherfucker ended, okay? Nene left, Peter left, they all dipset, and y'all know Peter, Nene is his girl, okay? And of course, Peter is her boy. But at the end of the day, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all think about that shit. How do you think Nene should have reacted in that situation? Y'all know Kenya messy as hell. You already know it's gonna be a bunch of buffoonery if you're gonna go to some shit that Kenya has. She ain't never had not damn event, okay, that ain't had no damn buffoonery in it, okay? And you know damn well when she walked in that motherfucker, she was like, this is not in my honor, this is about the charity. So whatever the fuck, let me know what y'all think down below. Do you think Kenya was in the wrong? Do y'all think Nene was in the wrong saying what she said on the mic? Do you think she should have just said, fuck it, don't go? Let me know what y'all think. Y'all know Kenya messy as fuck. My personal opinion is Nene could have just said, fuck it, I don't want to be up there, or just not come at all, to be real. You know Kenya's full of shit. So to even walk up in a motherfucker like that, you know it's going to be a bunch of bullshit, that she's just trying to start some drama. But my thing is, once you got there, once you made the decision to go, okay, and you in front of all the motherfuckers, you in front of the charity people or whatever the fuck, which I'm assuming they were there, okay, that you conduct yourself in a different manner where it doesn't become about you and Kenya. That's just my opinion, but it's Real Housewives of Atlanta, so, you know, shit, they need the ratings, so fuck it. She acted a damn fool. Let me know, okay, what y'all think down below of how the whole situation went down, what y'all think about everything that happened in the episode. I'm curious to see if you guys thought Nene was in the right, the wrong. What do you think about Peter and what he said about the fact that he was leaving because he didn't feel like he didn't appreciate the way that Nene acted? So, leave your comments down below. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you like seeing these recaps from your girl. Y'all know to tune in next week for the next Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. We gonna be all up in this motherfucker with some kind of loud ass lip. Y'all know I've been doing these loud ass lips lately, okay? And y'all know what to do. As always, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy. Hit me up on my Facebook fan page or Pinterest page. Those links are down below. Hit me up on my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com, and hit me up on Instagram at SocialiteSandy. And y'all already know I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. Because I'm happy. Woo. I know he watches me. That shit done messed up my motherfucking makeup.